As for you during this time, you do a disappearing act of sorts following Spring Stampede and your apparent departure from the NWO at the time. You'll go to Tel Aviv, Israel, with the 700 Club during this period of time, and you'll be off TV. Tel Aviv, pretty cool that you made the trip over there for the 700 Club. Do you have any memory of that trip?
Oh my gosh. It wasn't just Tel Aviv. I mean, I saw all of it. I saw all of Israel. It was a trip. It was a trip to the Holy Land, and I walked where Jesus walked. The the remains of the synagogue in Capernaum. Now, Capernaum is they call it the town, Jesus's town, because that's where he stayed basically during his adult life, is Capernaum.
Mm.
And there's the ruins of the synagogue that was there in his time. And so I'm standing in the middle of the ruins of this synagogue, and I'm going, I'm standing somewhere where God has stood. That's pretty cool.
Pretty incredible.
Know that you're in a place where he was. And then another place, they can't say for certain that it's the tomb, but I would lay money on it that it is. They call it the Garden Tomb, and again, if you read Scripture, the man who offered that tomb for Jesus was a follower of his and was a very wealthy man. And so you go back that far, and to have a tomb like that of that nature, and it's in the garden. So they say they can't say for absolute certainty, but I believe that it's the place where they laid Jesus, and again, like they said, on the third day, the stone was rolled away, and the trough for the stone to roll in was like, it was like this wide. I mean, that's big. A big stone. I mean, a thick stone, an enormous thing. Anyway, they don't have the stone there, but the trough that it rolled. I mean, okay, I'll put this way. I wear a size 14 shoe. I could put my foot in that trough, and there's still room on either side.
Wow.
Yeah. And so to go there and to go to be out on the Sea of Galilee, and know that this is where, like Bethlehem. I mean, they can't say for certain again, but they built a church in this place. It's kind of like they built a church over it, and it doesn't look like a barn or anything anymore. But they honestly believe that this was the location where he must have, been born. Anyway, if you're in Bethlehem, you're where Jesus was born, and it's only 5 miles from Jerusalem. I didn't know that either.
Man,
I don't know, just so many things. And again, I've been there 3 times. I went again. I went with another group.
Man, what an amazing journey, and really cool that, I'm sure, Eric Bischoff, for all of his flaws, which, of course, a lot of people are quick to mention how he maybe wasn't always doing things right there. I can also picture him saying like, "Oh, you're kind of taking like a spiritual journey. Cool, go do your thing," and not giving you a hard time and saying, "Yep, when you come back, we'll repackage you," that sort of thing. So it's cool that you had the opportunity to kind of break away from wrestling for a while at the end of one angle, go and have kind of a fun spiritual journey, then return, with a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, well, and then everything had changed. I mean, my whole direction in life had changed, and And eventually I started a ministry. That's something which I called Heart of David Ministry, and which is evangelism. I believe, I still believe that's my calling. And, I still go out, and I get invitations to churches to speak, and I still go. And there's nothing greater that a man can share than his testimony. What did God do in your life? I could quote scripture. I mean, pastors get up and quote scripture and read scripture every week, and that's great. And it is, you're constantly intaking new knowledge. But the strongest thing that you can tell somebody is how God changed your life. Yeah, and nobody can argue with that.
Right.
There is no argument. And so, um, anyway, um,
Man, sounds like a cool journey that you got to go on, though,
yeah,
on a few occasions over there to Israel, and yeah, it's man, really neat that you got to. Again, it's you've kind of been on the road and doing the wrestling thing up to that point for years and years and years, and now it's like, okay, let's step away and investigate something that's more important right now,
yeah,
and that's what you
yeah,
did.
I did.
So really cool.